Today on Rappler. A former follower of KOJC says he witnessed the Dutertes leave one of the preacher's properties with bags of guns. A survey says more Filipinos approve of the International Criminal Court probe into the drug war. The cause of death of Putin critic Alexei Navalny is still undetermined. The International Olympic Committee thumbs down boxing legend Manny Pacquiao's bid to join the 2024 Games. And Oppenheimer wins big at the 2024 BAFTAs. A former Kingdom of Jesus Christ and Sunshine Media Network International researcher claims to have witnessed former President Rodrigo Duterte and Vice President Sara Duterte leaving controversial preacher wRap's property in Davao City with bags of assorted firearms.
Minsan po pumupunta din po doon si former President Rodrigo Duterte at former Mayor, Davao Mayor Sara Duterte. At pag umaalis na po sila doon sa Glory Mountain, dala na po nila yung mga bag na siya pong bag na nilalagyan po ng mga baril.
The former president is known to be a gun aficionado. The same researcher with the alias Rene also alleges Quiboloy's associate forced him to engage in sexual acts, claiming it had the approval of Quiboloy. Rene adds he was once a researcher at SMNI without pay and was made to do street-level solicitations after his media work. Surveys from the Social Weather Station and Octa Research reveal an increasing trust and approval among Filipinos toward the International Criminal Court investigation into former President Rodrigo Duterte's bloody drug war. An SWS survey from December shows 25% of Filipinos strongly approve of the investigation, an increase from 20% in March 2023. More Filipinos somewhat approve of the investigation, increasing from 25 to 28%, and fewer Filipinos are undecided and strongly disapprove of the investigation. The survey also reveals 26% of Filipinos strongly approve of the government allowing the investigation, an increase from 21% in March. Meantime, an Octa survey also reveals 59% of Filipinos are in favor of rejoining the ICC. In 2018, Duterte withdrew the Philippines from the ICC. The Rome Statute stipulates that proceedings which had begun before the withdrawal continued to be valid. Russian investigators have not yet established the cause of Alexei Navalny's death, and it is unclear how long until official conclusions are made. Navalny, a 47-year-old former lawyer, fell unconscious and died on Friday after a walk at the Polar Wolf Penal Colony in Karp, where he was serving a 3-decade sentence. He was considered Russian President Vladimir Putin's most prominent domestic foe. Navalny's team says his mother was told he died from sudden death syndrome, a vague term for different heart conditions that end in death. But Navalny's spokeswoman Kira Yarmish says the cause of death is unknown and adds Russian authorities were lying and stalling. Navalny's mother and lawyers were not allowed into the morgue in the Arctic town near the prison colony. Navalny's death robs the Russian opposition of its most charismatic and courageous leader as Putin prepares for re-election. The International Olympic Committee denies Filipino boxing legend Manny Pacquiao's bid to be included in the 2024 Paris Games, citing the 40-year-old age limit for Olympic athletes. The Philippine Olympic Committee had hoped Pacquiao would be considered via the universality rule. But the IOC says universality slots are only awarded to countries with less than 8 representatives in the last 2 editions of the Olympics. The Philippines had 19 athletes in the Tokyo Games in 2021, with weightlifter Heidelin Diaz capturing the country's first Olympic gold, and boxers Carlo Paalam, Nesty Petesio, and Yumir Marshall taking home silver and bronze medals. In 2023, Pacquiao said an Olympic stint remains the only missing achievement in his stellar career. 4 Filipinos already earned slots in the Paris Games this July: world number 2 pole vaulter EJ Obiena, gymnast Carlos Yulo and Alea Finnegan, and boxer Yumir Marshall. Oppenheimer takes home 5 awards including Best Film and Best Original Score at the British Academy Film and Television Awards on Sunday, February 18. Cillian Murphy takes home the BAFTA for Best Lead Actor, Robert Downey Jr. wins Best Supporting Actor, and Christopher Nolan bags Best Director. Emma Stone picks up the Leading Actress Award for sex-charged gothic comedy Poor Things, which wins 5 prizes overall. Davine Joy Randolph wins the Supporting Actress prize for her role in The Holdovers, a comedy set in a boys' boarding school. Also taking home BAFTAs are The Zone of Interest for Best Film Not in the English Language, 20 Days in Mariupol for Best Documentary, and Anatomy of a Fall for Best Original Screenplay. And that's today's wrap. I'm Nina Liu. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.